Hey everybody, I'm Tim here with Enrique Sanches, owner at 1502 Cigars, and today we're talking about how the cigar world innovates in the modern age, and you're watching Cigars Daily. Get more out of this video when you watch it on cigarsdailyplus.com because we're always working to make it better on Cigars Daily Plus. And Enrique, tell them what we're puffing on today.
Oh, we are enjoying a 1502 Blue Sapphire.
Yeah, buddy.
It's puro Nicaragüense, which that's always very important. And it has tobacco from Jalapa, Condega, and Esteli. That's not a handful of Metepes. The only region we were missing.
The only
this
one missing, but still,
it was perfect the way it was.
This is one of the most slam dunk cigars that you've come out with. People love it. People talk about having this blueberry flavor note in there. I don't know if you've ever heard that from people. Have you gotten that from people? They're like, it tastes blueberries.
You know, it's funny. They're like, how you get the blueberries in? It's like, well, we have blueberries in every corner of Nicaragua. No, we don't. We don't know what colors are blueberries in Nicaragua. Come on, guys. So that's a beauty when you mix or you blend tobacco from different parts and using the process. You get flavors out of. Normally, you will remind you something else. It's beautiful. It's all nature and the richness of you can do with so much you can do with the tobacco. It's wonderful.
This is something that I've really appreciated about our conversations because you love Nicaraguan tobacco. And while the rest of the world is looking all over the place for some new exotic thing, you want to get to the heart of Nicaraguan leaf. But your passion for blending isn't where it stops because you're even innovating the way that you guys make cigars. And I want to talk about the lock foot. This is something that comes up on the channel every once in a while. So here's what I see. I see a lot of cigars with a closed foot where the wrapper leaf extends and covers the foot of the cigar. And I always tell people on the channel, this is a good thing because you light it up, you get a burst of wrapper flavor, but it does have the tendency to flake off wrapper and you got ash all over yourself as you get kicked off. And then also, it can give you a really tight draw as you light up the cigar. Yes. You've done something a little bit different with it. It's called a Cigar Lock.
The Cigar Lock. And
patent pending.
It's no, actually patent.
Patented now.
It's not
it was
pending.
patent pending when we first met.
Exactly. Now,
oh, damn.
When you see in the back of the box, do you see that the patent number and everything?
Yeah, buddy.
It was beautiful. One day I get a letter from the patent department here in the United States. And, it said, inventor, Enrique Sanches. And I'm like, oh my God, should I be start calling myself inventor? I'm like, but it's amazing. Everything started as something was missing, of course. Being a cigar aficionado, even before I was in this industry, every time I go to my humidor and I grab a cigar and it's cracked right in the foot. Oh my God, there it goes. I'm going to struggle with that cigar to try to lit. And most likely I'm going to have to put it away because it's not working very well. Right. So starting with that point, when we were working in the blends, I remember I was with Ivan Fajardo at the time. He was one of the master blenders in Plasencia. And and I told him, can you do this and put the wrapper just around the edge? And he's like, like the shaggy food. Like, no. Just around it, just a little touch. I was like, this, less, just a little bit, until we got it right. And he asked me, like, why? I'll explain you later. Of course, I'll explain it after we submit the patent. It's like, and what it does is beautiful because it locks the cigar. That's why it calls Cigar Lock. It locks the cigar. It protects the cigar. When you light a cigar, it helps the cigar to be lit from the outside to the inside, starting from the wrapper, which that's the beauty of it. Like a cigar should be lit. And from the first draw, you feel the flavor, especially the Nicaragua accent, the Nicaraguan passion of flavor in that aspect. So it's a great combination in that aspect. And it's little details. In which, for a boutique company, those little details are very costly, but they make a big difference in that.
They say that love is in the details. How much
course.
people are going to love it. That all comes from those little details. I talk about this in cigar reviews all the time. And in a review, it's what I call consistency. How consistent is the flavor from light up all the way through cigar? And I think that the thing that I love about the Cigar Lock is that it truly gives that. It gives a burst of wrapper flavor at light up the way a closed foot does with a truer draw to what you're going to get the whole time. It doesn't ash all over you. And it protects that foot from getting cracked. A huge deal when you've got a collection of cigars you want to protect.
Of course. I mean, it's like, remember, we don't call a cigar a collection because we're trying to smoke all of them. It doesn't matter when, but we always there. But when you think it's the right moment to enjoy it, that cigar should be protected. It should be the prime moment for you to enjoy it. And that Cigar Lock, it does give you that little edge, that little touch to make it better.
There's a thing about, as a cigar creator for you, thinking about things like this, I think it places a premium on the value that people get out of the cigars. When you guys go to a cigar shop and buy a cigar and bring it home, you've spent your hard-earned money on this stuff, and so it should be good, right? And a crack in the wrapper, that can ruin it. A cigar that is not rolled correctly, has soft spots, that can ruin it. And so I see so many cigar makers going to lengths to try to make sure that they're filled out right and everything like that. Even we talked with Eric Espinosa about filling in the blend in the bunch. But I think that something like a Cigar Lock, it gives a special eye to first of all the first impression of the cigar, right?
Yes.
When you light it up and you get that first flavor and
the aroma.
Yeah, everything comes to life.
That's beautiful. Like we said before, everything is in the details. It's very important, especially as a boutique company like ourselves. We have to make those little details actually be meaningful. Remember, a cigar in the end, it's a cigar. It's not going to help you jump higher. It's definitely going to help you to relax and enjoy and share the part of life a lot more deeper in the aspect. But what's making the cigars better is not only the part of the blending everything, but the details and the atmosphere. Where you're going to be smoking it. You can have the best cigar in the world, the more expensive cigar in the world. That doesn't mean it's the better cigar, but you can have and you can be smoking it in a rainy day outside underneath a tree. I guarantee you that would not be a good experience.
Right.
But you can be, a decent cigar and having a great camaraderie, a great friendship, talking with people and everything, and that will make the atmosphere completely different that you experience.
Absolutely.
So when people ask me, "Oh, so you sell cigars?" It's like, no, I don't. I provide lifestyle. I provide a way of find a way how to relax and enjoy life in it is, how to unite people like a cigar always do. So it's quite different atmosphere. The mentality, you have to start with the details, and that's just to make a big difference in the end.
I love this kind of stuff, guys, because in the cigar world, what you said it's simple. It's a simple thing. A cigar is rolled up leaves. That's what it is at the end of the day. And there are lots of ways to innovate in this industry, and cigar makers do. And quite frankly, a lot of time at the end of the day, some of the new things you see end up just being a gimmick. And there's plenty of gimmicks out there, but at the same time, the Cigar Lock, the things that you do with your cigars, to me, they seem to be conscientious efforts to make sure that the experience is as good for people as it possibly can be. Guys, this is one of the reasons I want to get behind Enrique and behind 1502 Cigars as a brand that is worth trying and finding a place in your smoking rotation for, because when you spend good money on a cigar, the cigar had better be good, and you have got good reason to believe with 1502 that that's exactly what you're going to get.
Beautiful, and I'm glad we're doing some changes in the industry. He has been in the last almost 10 years, and you said very well in the beginning. Next year will be a 10th anniversary. 10 años, wow, that's a hit.
Yeah.
But how we started. I mean, first, of course, we started here in the United States, and today we have developed in many other places in the world. The name of our company is Global Premium Cigar. There's a reason why we named our company as the vision that we were looking for it to be. We will be in a global sooner or later. Now we are in Europe, Aruba and San Martin, and part of the Caribbean. We just signed out. They got the first shipment. In Mexico, UK is in the way as well. Panama was open a few months ago before PCA. With South Africa, Dubai, we got the first order for Dubai.
So yeah, buddy.
People for Dubai. Sooner or later, we're gonna be there.
I get emails I get all the time from all over the world from people saying, "Do you send cigars to where I am?" So they can find 1502 cigars starting around the world.
They will be selling very soon. The order is in process right now, so hopefully more sooner than later. But making sure that everything is as it should be. But all this part, we will definitely our vision is to be global. I'm sure we're not going to be in every corner of the globe because we're not looking for that aspect, but we will have the well represented part of it, and with all those details, like you said, the cigar lock, the innovation, and the blending, the process, in which it's completely different what everybody else does. The flavor profile, the characteristic of all the cigars we have.
Yeah.
I mean, our portfolio is very simple. You guys, if you like scotches, you're gonna understand very simple. It's when you go to a scotch and you got blended scotch, single malt, very rare scotch. Our portfolio is well developed that way. You got the blended selection, which is 1502 Emerald, 1502 Ruby, 1502 Black Gold, and always make it very simple: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's 80-90% is Nicaraguan tobacco. We always get something to get the perfect touch. And then, of course, you get a puro selection. And then we have 52 Nicaraguan, of course, 52 Blue Sapphire. And then, of course, the XO, in which our masterpiece, or always call our Ferrari in the night.
Yeah, buddy.
So it's very diversified. It's really easy to find a cigar in the portfolio that we're going to fit your moment, or cigar specifically, we're going to fit your liking in the aspect. But we have a cigar for everybody in the portfolio, and that's a big beauty of it.
So here's my question to follow that up. If somebody is just getting into 1502s, never tried the cigars before, where should one start in your portfolio?
I always make it very simple. I start with a question. You like blended? You like puro? If you say you like blended cigar, start with the Emerald.
Going to blended, meaning blended with more than one country in the blend. And when you say puro, you mean just country. Nicaraguan.
Just Nicaragua.
Different regions, different growing regions, but just Nicaraguan. So blended or puro. So it depends on what you want. If you want a cigar that's purely Nicaraguan, then you'd say the 1502 Nicaragua, or the Blue Sapphire, or the XO.
Oh, the XO is not puro.
It's not a puro?
No, it's not. Actually, and that's the only one we cannot release the information. The only thing I can tell you is 87% is Nicaragua. Yeah. No, it does not have any Habanos. No, when people say, I'll be honest, it does not have any Habanos there. But yes, it does. That would be a blended part of it, but with the 18-year tobacco, which is something unique. Remember, out of the 5 tobacco that we use in that blend, 4 are 18-year tobacco.
18 years age tobacco in the cigar.
The only one that's not 18, of course, you guys will think about it, is the wrapper. You cannot push it over 3-5 years, the most you're going to push it. But between the binders and the 3 long fillers, they're 18-year tobacco. And that was a very tough one to make because there's not a much 18-year tobacco out there with a prime. So it's the limitation of trying to create something great with little rough materials that you have ability to do that. And to be able to do that, you have to have the 18, the 17, the 16, and so on. So when this batch goes to the market, the other one walks into the line of production. Right. So it's very well a complicated blend, a complicated production in that aspect. That's why we have better limited. We release I don't know how many 100 boxes every year, and once those are out, you have to wait for the next year.
Yeah,
I have the same problem in my house. Sometimes I'm out of 52 XOs, and I have to go to a friend's house. And do you have any? And you look at me like, don't. Somebody else.
I love it. Well, guys, there's a ton of stuff to try. Personally, I recommend the Emerald. That's part of the blended selection, which is breakfast cigar. Beautiful cigar with coffee as well. Or if you want something Nicaraguan puro, the 1502 Nicaragua is a great way to go. If you like a cigar with some teeth that's got a little more strength, the Blue Sapphire is in my shop. The Blue Sapphire is the most popular 1502 cigar that we carry. So until we get more XOs in, and then they will be again. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me for this, brother. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. And like I always say, remember that we have 3 rules in 1502 cigars. Rule number 1, relax. Rule number 2, enjoy. And rule number 3, never forget rule number 1 and number 2. It's about relaxing and enjoying. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. And again, drop a comment down below. What's your best Nicaraguan puro, or what do you go after? Do you go after puro cigars from a country or blended cigars with leaves from multiple countries? I want to keep the conversation going with you guys there. And check this video out on Cigars Daily Plus, because we're always working to make it better on Cigars Daily Plus. Guys, this is Tim and Enrique. We're both signing off for Cigars Daily. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks. See you all in the comments.